I'm sick of looking at this thing all raggedy.
I was tired of looking at it raggedy too.
I'm kind of excited about that. I think this is going to work out pretty good. I think this is going to be a win.
Yeah. Hey everyone, long time no see. Welcome back to drybonesgarage. This video is part of a series where my dad and I take a 63 Corvair and turn it into a hot rod. In this episode we create the headliner for the car, so I hope you enjoy it. We lost the footage of us doing this, but we first stripped the paint off of the 64 Corvair's roof like we did for its deck lid. We used the deck lid as a mold to make another deck lid for the 63. I'll link that video down in the description. We then polished it, masked off the trim, rubbed in multiple layers of parting paste and tire dressing, and laid in a single sheet of fiberglass to be epoxied. We then let it dry for a while. Later in the winter we came back to the piece to prep it for what we'd do to it in the spring.
What's up? You okay, kiddo?
What are the three lines for?
Center line and cut lines.
For the headliner?
Yeah. We think this is going to work. We don't know it's going to work yet. This is still a guess. And I'm reluctant to just cut it yet because as long as it's sitting on the roof, it's supported and it's safe. Once we cut it, these pieces are kind of flopping in midair and we're not ready to actually do that yet. We still need to put in anchors for your seat belts because we're putting 3-point harnesses in the front, right? We've got some stuff we got to do, and I don't have a safe place for this. This is just kind of busy work while I'm waiting for the mud to set up.
Oh.
And I'm sick of looking at this thing all raggedy. So, there. Now it's prepped. All we got to do is cut that tape line one side or the other.
I was kind of tired of looking at it raggedy too. I wanted to chop stuff off of it.
No, now it's chopped.
Yeah.
Looks so much better. There's still going to be trimming to do to make it fit in the car, and I still don't know that we're actually going to be able to fit it in the car in one piece. This might be a... Let's actually look at that. Is it possible to get this into the car?
Will it fit?
Yeah, as long as the cloth doesn't jag up, it should be flexible enough. That was one of my concerns.
Is your concern eased?
What?
Is your concern
yes,
eased, like,
yes.
taken care of?
I thought you were saying east, not eased. I'm not thoroughly disappointed in that. We probably still want that to come down a little bit. That doesn't look terrible right there.
Dad later made a relief cut for this piece so that it would fit better.
Explain yourself.
Explain myself.
Yes.
Why would I do that?
You were doing a bunch of stuff and you cut.
I've done some farting around and trying to fit this. Right now I'm getting ready to fill the gap to hold it open and kind of keep it shaped. So when we pull this out and glaze the back end of it, hopefully not have the thing kind of deform too much. I'm using Marglass because it's a little bit stronger. This is just a little right in that relief cut there.
Nostalgia.
What? The smell?
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll work. We'll still have to sand that. That's going to be kind of a funny irregularity. I'll leave it.
Why is the screw in so tight? I don't know, this other one's the same way. These are in here pretty tight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. I can do it, okay.
You got it.
Thank you. I feel like you do too much for me sometimes.
I probably do.
I was just surprised at how tight they were. I weren't expecting them to be like that. Oh, thank you.
Well, I wanted that to be absolutely locked in place when
Oh, yeah, so it could be accurate.
I reefed it in there as hard as I could and as tight to the body as I could.
How is it?
It did a better job than I expected it to. Granted, we got to finish it.
Are you gonna make the
Does
same?
look just about. Say what?
Are you gonna make your relief and
Same place. I almost wonder if we shouldn't put a second one.
so it'd be like second verse same as the first, or
Yep, second verse, same as the first. Just mirroring what we did on the other side. It just, now we've got a better idea what we're up against.
yeah.
So we can kind of do some of this a little bit faster, a little bit cleaner, a little bit easier.
think that's going to work.
Yeah,
Don't you?
need to move it around a little more. I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Well, we're going to screw this together once we get everything kind of situated where we want it. And I actually don't think that's bad. That looks like it's really close. We need to fettle that around a little bit, that side piece. The center is kind of okay where it is, so we can trim that. This is not out of line. I saw a guy do this a few years back, but what he did is he quartered it kind of down the center, this way and this way. And then he tried to screw all the pieces together and bond them, and I didn't like the results. I thought it was actually kind of sad, all said and done. This, I think, is actually where we got this contiguous piece. This is going to bond pretty nice, and what we'll do is we'll kind of adjust this so these are high, and then screw it together. This I don't think we need to adjust at all. I think we're in pretty good shape. And then we'll just trim back a little bit. You know, once we get this out, we'll screw it together, cut, center this up, put a back layer on, or a layer on the back side to kind of bond this, and then we'll come back and do whatever body work and filling we need to do to make that edge go away, because when we upholster this, any discrepancy, as we discovered with the cutlass, despite the padding, is going to show, right? Because we weren't fancy about it, thinking the padding would cover it, and we were trying to get an episode out in a big hurry, right? Well, this time, we got a little bit more time on this. So we'll take our time and we'll actually do it nice. I'm kind of excited about that. I think this is going to work out pretty good. I think this is going to be a win. That I like. Okay. All right, let's pull the clamps and see if we can actually get this in and out of the car in one piece. How about that? Now, the problem is we have a little bit more arc in here than I thought we did. Granted, that may not be a bad thing if we actually fill that with some of that Marglass, which I hadn't intended to do, but that would give this some bulk here and some strength. If we come back in and just backfill this opening and then glaze over the whole thing, that would give you two structural ribs, front to back, that would keep that maybe from sagging. Not crossways. I don't know that we're worried about that. We actually want it to roll, or we're not going to be able to get it in and out of the cut. But that might give you just a little bit more structural meat, though this thing is going to have that natural arc. What I had originally intended was to probably cut the center and then lap these together, but I'm not confident that things are going to not move. You know, like cut this section, literally just zip it along this, and then lay glass, and then come back, zip, lay glass, zip, lay glass, and then start fitting and making sure that everything's lining up, you know, crossways, side to side. That actually seems to be fairly structural the way it is. There is a little bit of, I don't know, what do you think? If we take that apart, we can put it back together again and pin it as it is. So we could actually come back and just kind of sand this and then bond it and then come back and body work this seam. And then lap the backside. Maybe we should do that. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do this a side at a time.
This middle part need to be trimmed.
Does it need to be
The middle part needs to be trimmed.
metal part?
Not middle.
Eventually, yeah. We're gonna trim this all back, but we need to make the piece first. Get it fit into the car. What we should be able to do is actually just take a straight line from here to here, but I'm not 100% on that. We want to actually have it in the car and kind of pressed up and make sure that we're following the trim. Or just behind it, and then the cloth that we lay down will be picked up by the trim. We'll have to kind of decide what we're doing with that. That's razor's edge right there to the screws.
I'm surprised. I thought you'd like screw the last one in so all the holes will line up.
They should all line up now. Now, I have a question for you. I've got these reliefs cut here. These are... Down, girl. Holy Moses, kid. These reliefs, these rectangular ones we cut in the side,
For the hooks to hang.
are for the luggage hooks.
Yeah.
I verified that looking in the actually in the
The 64.
in our outro.
Oh,
I guessed in the 64,
yeah.
and then I verified it. We actually had a picture of the hook screwed into those braces in the outro. There's a picture of it in our outro. The question is, do you really want those in the car? Should we cut those out and then cover these reliefs back up? Because they do, those braces do project just a little bit past the past this, and that's probably going to look a little funny. You're going to see that pushing through the upholstery a little bit, I think, when we get to that point. Are you okay with that, or do you want to cut them out?
Well, we have to. Well, I don't know about we have to. I don't know. I was just thinking about keeping them in.
If you want to keep them in, we'll keep them in. That's why I'm asking. All right. I'm going to guess that's enough.
Wait. Oh, I thought. I thought we would just put the fiberglass on and then pour it on.
You want to do it that way?
Maybe that would be easier so it wouldn't run off.
That might absorb it a little bit. Okay, once that sets up, that should
Give this a fairly stiff and strong.
Will the curve come out, or like will it?
This should be locking it in place.
No, I mean like will this curve be an issue, or like the weight?
Once all said and done, you're not going to see that at all. That's just because of the pressure that's pulling down on it right now. That piece is already set, its shape is formed. What we're worried about is these two ends here and making sure that this is locked. And that's why we bonded it with screws, and then we come in with the with this layer of glass, or not this stuff, but with the Marglass, is to kind of hold that all in place while we do this. See, once you put some tension on this, that goes away, right?
Wait, what do we put on there though?
This is going to be supported at the outer lips, and then across this front and back lip, and then everything else is going to have to hold its shape in suspension. Just toss it. There's no cleaning those.
No cleaning this either?
I don't care about those. Those are throwaway. Where the paint is laid down, the clear, you can see through it easier, right? I'm expecting it to land right in here someplace, but I'm giving myself plenty of room. We have to find where that dome light has to drop through.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have to cut that out. This is making that section of this piece more translucent, so we can identify that spot and hopefully mark it accurately, so we don't have to come back and fix and patch. That's the hope anyways. We'll see how that works out. See how that sets up. Hopefully once we jam that up into the ceiling, what we probably should do maybe is paint that section a contrasting color too. You know, pull the wires out of there and then paint that section like bright white or something against the black background. I don't know why we have to keep doing this.
We've had some issues with the epoxy setting up in the past. We've had some technical issues pop up in the last month, so I wasn't able to show you all as much of the process as I would have liked, but I hope you enjoyed the footage that we did manage to keep. If so, then please consider pressing the like button down below and subscribing to see the future of this build. I don't think I'll be able to publish the next video as fast as I've normally been able to, due to the circumstances mentioned in the tractor video, but just know I'm working on it, and we'll see you as soon as we can. I hope everyone is happy and well, and thank you for watching. Bye!